First of all, congratulations on the naming of your channel, Muslim Response. The video I'm replying to is an absolute perfect textbook Muslim response. It seems to me, remember, I'm not going to call you a fool. You've already called me a fool. I'm not going to call you anything. But I am going to not reply to every point you raised in your video, but it strikes me that your entire argument, as you stressed for quite a lot of your video, is about the idea that the universe came from nothing. Now, there's not that many scientists these days who say that the universe came from nothing. It's the thought now that there is no such thing as nothing. There's no place in this universe where you can say that there is nothing. Wherever you look, if you look a little closer, you always find something. So there's not that many cosmologists now who talk about the universe coming from nothing. There's also a branch of science which has come out of string theory called M-brain theory. And this tells us that there's something beyond our universe, indeed many other universes. The fact that it might be an infinite number of universes means that with the juggling of physical properties of those universes, the balance of the four energies in nature, some universes will have life in them, the vast majority won't. But because there's an infinite number of these membranes set out over meta-space and meta-time, then there will be an infinite number of universes with life in them. So when you actually get down to the physics that's around now, the physics you're talking about is sort of 1975, 1980. It's moved on a lot since then. We know about, we've proved and detected quantum vacuum energy. So if we can make vacuums better than any vacuum in space, and when we look inside the vacuum, there's still something there. Vacuum sucks matter into existence on a quantum level in this universe. There's no imagining what could be beyond our universe. Now you say that if something has a beginning, or the universe has a beginning, that alone is proof of a creator. That is your whole argument. You may not think it is, but it is. Now, the way physicists are thinking at the moment, your line of thinking would say there's a bolt of lightning. For that bolt of lightning to have a beginning, there must be a designer of that bolt of lightning. Now, hopefully, you know enough about science to know that Allah is not triggering every single bolt of lightning, and that it is the result of static charge in the clouds, or some kind of electrical charge in the clouds. It may be, through M-brain theory, that there's a kind of a static charge in the meta-universe. And that means that every now and then there's going to be a bolt of lightning. You probably don't see this. You're probably going to say, what are you talking about, you crazy person? I'm talking about physics that is about 30 years ahead of the physics that you're talking about. But I'm sure you won't believe, well, you might believe me, but you'll certainly not admit it. While thinking about some of the things that you could say in reply, if you do reply, it occurs to me that you could quite justifiably point out that M theory, or brain theory, is purely hypothetical. It's never done anything but put numbers on pieces of paper and on a chalkboard. And you'd be absolutely right saying that. But there's a thing in physics which has been going on for a long time, whereby if a theoretician is doing some equations, just playing with ideas, and he finds a beautiful solution to his equation, or her equation. More often than not, that equation is telling us something about nature. We don't know what it is, but it's telling us something. And M theory and brain theory come out of superstring mathematics and certain assumptions made there. But the equations that they use in this mathematics are so beautiful that to a mind that can grasp it, a mind better than mine, the beauty of it is absolutely undeniable and has drawn in many, many thousands of the world's greatest brains, because they know the history of physics and they know that equations this beautiful are saying something. And as I say, out of this mathematics comes this idea of higher dimensional space. But whether or not brain theory or M theory turns out to be the next level of reality that science discovers, it's quite reasonable to suggest that ours is not the only universe. It's a simple concept. Ours may not be the universe, whether the only universe. If there are many more, whether or not it comes through M theory or a mechanism like brain theory, that's irrelevant. But if it is possible in eternity for there to be one universe, in meta-eternity, outside of our universe, a time outside of our universe, if it's possible in all of eternity for there to be one universe, why not two? And seeing as how we're talking about eternity and infinities, why not 3, 4, an infinite number? And even if 1 in 10 trillion of those has the right laws for life, if it's an infinite number to begin with, then there'll be an infinite number of universes with life in it. It is not irrational to have doubts that there's an invisible, untouchable, undetectable brain influencing our lives. It is not irrational to doubt the fact that this entity has built a paradise with rivers of wine, who crushes all those grapes, and silver goblets, who imports the silver, who mines it, and fruit that grows on trees as soon as we pick it. When faced with the logical, rational sequence of proofs of science which have led on to further proofs, you see, the thing you've got to remember is that we make a discovery, we come up with a theory. If the theory is right, it predicts the next thing, and then we have another piece. And then if that's right, and this is right, then doesn't that mean that there must be this? And then we look, and there it is. It's all connected. And it doesn't leave room for rivers of wine and silver goblets in a place outside of space and time, made of nothing. It's not irrational to not believe in invisible brains.